These little dropper bottles are simply to make it easy. You don't have to use this particular system that I've got, but it's quite a popular one because it keeps it all neat and tidy.
Okay.
One of the worst problems you can have with French polishing is having this rubber too wet, because you get ridges forming and runs where you don't want them, and they're very hard to get out. So try and make sure that you keep it just the right degree of wetness, which you'll see in a minute.
Okay.
You certainly don't want to stick the whole thing in there and squeeze it out. Like you might see YouTube things of people doing that, because it goes all over the place and it causes more headaches than it solves. So the one on your left, that one, that is simply going to be for putting the shellac onto here. Okay?
Okay.
It's got a little bit of alcohol in the bottom to stop the
Shellac from
pipette
falling.
going hard on the end. That's all it is for.
Okay.
The one in the middle is oil, as it says there. And the one on the right is just some of the alcohol we were talking about, being a solvent, because we're going to dilute this mixture, which was 250 grams to a litre, is a bit too thick as we progress, and we can dilute it as we go. As you polish, as you advance with the polishing, you dilute it more.
Okay.
And we're just going to do that in situ on here by adding alcohol.
Onto the...
Oh, directly onto
Yes.
the...
Yes, you could make different jars with different concentrations, but it seems a bit pointless. You can just do it on here.
Okay.
And you end up with lots of jars, and then you forget what was in them.
True.
Okay. Now, when it's bone dry and new, it's going to take a lot of charging up to get it wet enough, because we want the shellac to go right inside like a sponge, so it squeezes out gradually. So to do it, don't do it over your table, because you'll drip it. Yeah, you can leave it there, but I'm going to do it here, not over there. So you're going to have to charge this up. So even though now there's a bit on there, we won't start using it. We'll wait for it to soak right in. You can see it hasn't really gone in yet.
Oh, so wait for it to come gently through the other side.
Well, yeah, almost. Eventually it will do that. So right around the edge, wherever the white material is showing. You can see it just sinks straight in. After a while, you have this paper here, because you must push it down and see what impression it's making. It needs to make a good, clear impression. If you push down quite hard and all you see is that, it means that it's too dry. It's not going to deposit
So it needs to
anything.
have a solid impression.
A solid impression, but not so much that...
But it makes...
If it was really wet, it would be like that, and that would be
you
too
don't
wet.
want
So then
that.
you keep
Okay.
pushing it. So at this initial stage, pushing it down helps to also squeeze it further in. So we're doing that quite a while to get it nice and wet. Okay. And if you make it a rule to never charge it up and go straight to your work, always push it at least once to reassure yourself it's not too wet.
Okay.
So something like that. And then I will just show you, I'll do one row on here to show you. So the first stage is simply to seal the wood. And you do it much like you would with a paintbrush. Bring it on, always moving, never straight down.
Okay.
Always moving like a plane landing, and lift it at the other end. Overlap slightly, and away you go.
Oh, you can see the...
It'll deposit the shellac on. on this table, be careful not to fall off and pick up the dust from there. So
Okay, so go up,
lift it,
lift and
alright?
lift.
So when you bring it on, you're moving, and when you leave, you're moving. You never come to a halt.
Okay.
So I'll stop there for you to continue.